Alright, what is up guys? In today's video we are going over a F-16C guide here, or basically how to play, how I approach it, as well as best practice that I use with this jet. I'm going to be going over a couple main things such as loadout, positioning, early game spam and dealing with, BVR and up tiers, how to notch and how to play defensive to set yourself up to notch, and then also just when to fire missiles, so kind of range, that sort of thing. Radars I use with this jet. And we will also be showcasing a 6-kill game. So kind of putting everything together, showcasing how it all works. And yeah, really just it in action. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next in terms of a guide. And let's get into the loadout here. So for the loadout here with the F-16, what I'm going to personally recommend is 6 of the AIM 120As. Fits my playstyle better. I think it works better when you are in an up tier against 14.3s, 14.0s, because a lot of the engagements you are going to have against enemy jets is going to be a lot longer range. It is going to be a lot more uncommon that you are a lot closer. So that's why I personally bring 6 of these here. And not only that, we are in one of the best dogfighting jets in the game, right? So if I am in range where I would even use an infrared missile, so like the 9M, I'm just simply going to engage in a dogfight, try to get them with the guns. I enjoy that more. I think it's fun. And yeah, again, it's not as common. Up tiers, we are going to be engaging a lot more long range. So I personally recommend AIM 120As, a full loadout with that. But it is definitely fine as well if you do want to run 4 120As and 2 9Ms. Again, it's kind of just what you prefer. I feel like in a down tier, this is very good as well because things will get a lot closer range. But yeah, both work. Again, I personally recommend 6 120As. All right, so to start with positioning here, I feel like it makes the most sense to start there. Basically, we're always going to target the left bases here. So we're going to go kind of to the left side of the bases or even just around that general area. And then we are going to end up cutting to the right. So kind of just like a half square, I guess you could call it, right? And we are always going to prioritize targets that are higher altitude, as they are going to be a lot more of a threat to us than people flying close to the ground. If there is people close to the ground, which there definitely will be in down tiers, a lot of people in down tiers will play like that. Not as common in up tiers. But yeah, you can definitely fire a couple shots at them, and which I do here in this small clip, which we'll play in a second. But yeah, again, we're going to go kind of to left side bases, and then we're going to cut inside. Another main thing here as well is we are going to prioritize being under 5,500 meters. If not, you're going to have a contrail that shows up, so white smoke trail behind your jet. Really, that just gives away your position. It makes you visible to everybody in the lobby. So I always stay under that kind of altitude. Because whenever I see somebody with a contrail, and you'll see it here too in a second, they're easy targets. I know exactly where they are. They don't know exactly where I am. It's very easy kills, so I highly recommend you stay under that. So in the case we do get in an up tier, we are going to get most likely early spam, or occasionally get early spam. I feel like a lot of the new spawns in top tier have helped kind of get rid of that. But again, we will get it occasionally. And it is quite easy to dodge BVR. So again, positioning wise, we're going to be going towards the left bases here. And as soon as our RWR starts popping off, it is always better to play it safe than sorry. So we're basically going to start turning to the left and go outward. So we're going to basically turn to the left, sharp left, continue going outward. We are going to want to keep our speed as much as possible. And we're going to kind of face the missile sideways here, or where we think it's getting shot from, and do a little bit of a roll, which I'll get more into notching here soon. But that's the general gist of it. And then again, we want to try to keep our speed so we can still have a good engagement after. So that's basically how to dodge BVR. So in terms of notching here, you really need to know how to notch if you're playing in top tier. If not, you are never going to consistently get high kill games. So it's very important. And really here, just to let this first clip play out, it is very important to be able to play defensively and set yourself up to be able to notch. You're in a good position to notch. So a lot of the times when I'll shoot, I'll kind of start angling my jet to the side just to set myself up. But really the trick with notching here is, yeah, obviously you want to turn to the side of the missile, and then a nice little kind of roll just to throw it off there does the trick for me. Really the main trick is having your free look available. So I have it on mouse button 5, and also using the WASD to make adjustments and watch the missile the whole time. So as you can see, I watch the missile the whole time. I'm spamming my chaff when it gets close, and I do a little barrel roll. So again, I'll position myself defensively here. You can see I start turning a little bit up and to the left after I fire, just in case somebody does shoot. I'm ready turning. So again, that puts myself in a much better position. And then again, we are going to turn to the side and start spamming the chaff. Another very good thing to do, and this one I didn't do it, I will here in a second, but is to lower your thrust to just 100. So that will help you turn a lot easier as you're not going as fast. So as we can see, doing that little turn does throw it off. But again, it's really important you have the free look and a button where you can still use it, and then also your WASD. Because that's going to be the main thing, right? You want to watch where the missile is going, be able to dodge it. So those are probably the key things. It is going to take a lot of practice. It took me a while to learn. This was the F-16, my first top tier jet in War Thunder. So I was originally struggling with this one, and yeah, dying all the time. But yeah, like I said, it's very, very important you learn how to notch. Survivability is huge in top tier. The good thing too is, again, you will be playing against a lot of 12.7s. A lot of people buy the premiums, right? So it's very common you'll get in those lobbies. Very common BR. Those missiles are a lot easier to dodge than with Fox 3 missiles. So like the AIM 7Ms, for example, are very easy to dodge. But yeah, it's practice, right? You'll eventually learn. Again, it's really about setting yourself up well to dodge the missiles and notch them. But yeah, like I said, there's going to be a couple more clips here. And then in a second, I'm going to show you one where I don't play defensively or set myself up well to notch. And just kind of how it plays out in top tier if you don't. Kind of position yourself correctly or position yourself defensively when kind of facing somebody. But this guy does spam some infrared missiles, so I was just spamming flares. But here's an example of one where, yeah, against a Rafale, so we're going to be dodging a Mika here, which, if you don't know, Mikas are just so hard to dodge. But yeah, we see the missile there, so it's always good to have visual contact. And Mika sent our way from the Rafale, and we are going to notch it with that pretty easily. And as we can see, I end up turning into him. He turns into me as well. We both fire, and I'm in a position here with the Mika where I don't have enough time to dodge it, and neither does he. So a great example of not playing defensively on both ends. Just going to get both of us killed. So in terms of radar, really the main ones you're going to be using is TWS and HMS. So TWS is if the enemies are far, like in this case, great of just scanning the general area. And you can also soft lock targets, which you can fire your Fox 3s with in a soft lock. But essentially it lets you cycle between, lets you see where every enemy is at, like we're doing right now. I can see all the enemies in front of me. And I do have my switch or select radar / IRST target to lock is how I cycle between in the settings. I have that as T, the keybind there, T or key. And yeah, again, it just lets us cycle through. It lets us seize enemies. We're usually going to be doing this if we're far away. And we're going to switch to HMS here once we get closer. It's a lot easier for me then to just cycle and lock onto targets. And it's also a lot easier for me to react that way and really pick the one I want. But again, here, it's just an example. We do get 2 kills, but again, I start to just play defensive. So as soon as I fire my missiles, I will start to turn a little bit, angle my jet just in case one of them does shoot at me. They didn't see me, but again, it's just good practice to get ready to notch a missile. But yeah, that's basically very basic radar. Is TWS and HMS is what you are going to use. Again, TWS for farther distance, if you need to see where everybody is or get a general idea. Information is key. And then HMS for closer, so you can react quicker. And yeah, really choose the target you want to choose. In terms of when to fire the missile here, I do like to fire anything below 15 kilometers or less. I would usually not shoot earlier or farther than that unless it's like I really have to. But again, here just in this clip, I will cycle between TWS early on as they're far, and then I will fire anything again below 15 kilometers I feel comfortable with. If not, I feel like at that point it gets quite easy to dodge. And again, with the F-16C, we don't have the most extreme loadout. We only have 6 missiles, so we want to make sure we use them good. So anything under 15 kilometers, I will shoot. Alright, so getting into a full game here just to show how everything combines together. We are playing on a big map, unfortunately, but same type of positioning to the left and cutting inside. And yeah, I do realize here that I don't think I was paying attention. I was above 5,500 meters, so we dropped back down under that, so we don't have a contrail. And then yeah, we're really just going to cycle between our soft locks on TWS to see where everybody's at. And then we are going to fire anything under 15 kilometers. So we do actually fire 2 shots here. And then again, we are going to always just play a little bit on defensive. Start going a little bit up and to the left, just in case somebody fires at us, just so we're able to notch. And yeah, we end up getting 2 kills. So we get 2 very easy kills with this. And this is a down tier game, by the way, which we will, anytime you're in a down tier with this jet, you'll destroy the whole lobby. You're the best flight performance jet out there. And yeah, this thing is broken in a down tier. But again, we will keep our altitude high up here. We're going to start cutting inside. We do fire at that guy who's lower there. And as well, again, we're going to focus, like I said earlier, focus on the enemies that are also higher altitude. And it's kind of like I was saying earlier, guys. Don't be that person who stays up high and has a contrail like this. I immediately see you. You become a very easy target for me. So just don't do that in general. Obviously, we go a little over contrail height here to get the kill, but we'll immediately drop back down below that. It just gives away your position. There's no benefit to it. Stay below 5,500 meters, guys. But yeah, really from here, we are just going to, see what else is out there. So there is a couple enemies right below us. We will take a couple shots here. We have the last 2 missiles we can use. And yeah, again, just playing on the safe side defensive. We will start moving a little bit to the side and up just in case somebody does fire at us. So positioning ourselves in a good position to notch. And then obviously radar-wise, on close quarters like this, when we see the enemies, we're going to be using HMS the whole time. Yeah, I don't have any missiles here left, but and it was kind of weird there was a meteor in the lobby here. But yeah, this guy ends up dying. So we just go back to base. And this is where I'm saying I prefer to bring 126 or 6 120As, so Fox 3s instead of 2 infrared missiles. My play style, I would rather keep my distance, play defensive, fire my missiles, then if need be here, I will engage in a dogfight and try to get them with my guns. And we'll see that here in a second. There was an actual F-18, which does pop up on the RWR. A very good way, by the way, to see actually where enemies are. If you don't see them on your radar, it will pop up in the general direction they are using their radar, right? But yeah, I'm about to land and I see him right there. So I retract my gear and yeah, we're going to go for the gun kill. Obviously, we don't have any missiles left here. And the good thing is this guy was going very, very slow. Obviously, to get the kill here against this other guy. So that puts it in a very easy spot for us to basically get the kill, right? And then we do get a critical hit. My guess here is he's going so slow already. Critical hit that he had to go to the ground. Ends up basically landing instead of crashing. So yeah, we'll just turn around and finish him off. But yeah, man, this thing is a great dogfighter. One of the best dogfighters in the game. Obviously in top tier, and is another reason I bring 6 126, 120As, not 126s. Is because in top tier lobbies, you're not going to dogfight people as much or be as close quarters. So you're going to be engaging in a lot more long distance fights with enemies. But yeah, here I end up just re-landing, right? Because I'm about to run out of fuel. And then we get back out there. So right now we have 5 kills. And it's basically a 1v1 here against an F-14. So obviously an F-14 and a 1v1 is going to stand no chance against an F-16. He does fire a missile at me here. I decide to fire it at the missile. One of my missiles, because I have 6. I have so many. This is the last guy. So I'm just like, why not? I don't recommend doing that. But it is technically a viable option. And then, yeah, really, we're just kind of keeping an eye on him there. I'm waiting to get a little bit closer. Again, I try to get around that 15 kilometers. And I fire 2 because, again, we have a full loadout. And here we are going to notch. So, again, we're going to keep our free look on the missile. Go sideways to the missile and then do our little roll to dodge it. So, and yeah, that was the last guy. A 6-kill game. So, really, that included everything, right? Notching, playing defensive, radar use, positioning. So, and basically when to shoot as well. So, included all of that in one game here, so thought I would showcase it. All right, well, that's going to sum it up for the video here. I will say as well, if you guys do want to see more F-16C content or gameplay, I do have a lot of videos on the channel of full games, so feel free to check that out if you want to see additional gameplay. Let me know what plane you guys want to see next here, and if you did enjoy the content here, make sure to follow to see more. Make sure to leave a like.